Hello everyone, I'm Kanish Khandelwal and this is the first video from playlist of basics of data science from Python. In this video we will be understanding some basics of Python. So for this you should have some pre-installed Python compiler. I am using Spider from Anaconda, and for database I will be using a sample database from datablist.com. This is a website from where you can get sample database. I am using 100 data of students. That's a sample database. So our first topic is comment. Code that is not run by the compiler is called comment. So why do we begin our chapter on the programming with comments? Commands that will never be executed. So for any programming project, comments are essential component. The programmers add component comments, which are lines of code to help others better comprehend the code. For instance, if you wish to describe the function of a certain piece of code, you may start with a comment that details its purpose and the outcome. In Python, how do we write comments? So there are basically two types of comments in Python: single line comments and multi-line comments. Single line comments are started by pound sign, that is hashtag sign, and after that every command or everything that line consists will be comment out. And for multi-line comments, you use three times this single quotes. So when I will remove this, the compiler will show error in both these lines. As you can see, this is a command, this is a error. So when I will put three single quotes here and three single quotes here, these two lines will be multi-line comment. So our next topic will be executing commands in Python. Before any code you input can function, it must be run or executed. So code can be executed in a number of distinct ways. Usually you will want to run the line of code that has your cursor on it. So Spider has a button for running a single line of code, which is this, and you might want to execute several lines of code simultaneously. Then either use the keyboard shortcuts, which is F9 in Spider, or you can do by this also. This will run complete program in a one go. So another option is to try running comments. As was previously mentioned, there will be no output and no compilation of comment. So when I will run this line, this particular line, this this is kernel, and this won't show any output. This is a comment. Comment doesn't have any output and it doesn't respond anything. But when I will run this line, which which works as to print hello world. So when I will run this line, this will print hello world here. Here we got the output hello world. So our next topic is importing packages in Python. So packages includes specifically crafted code that allows us to accomplish intricate data science activities without having to write the code ourselves. There are the packages uh, for pandas and numpy, etc. You must type and execute the next two lines of code in order to import these packages. Import math, this is the line, and this line will import the math package or math library. This particular line will import math library, and from math library you will be able to use any function in your code if you need it, and you don't have to write that function in your program. It will be an inbuilt function for your program. You can also import a particular function from a package. For example, in this line I am importing a particular function sqrt, square root function, from math library. So for this the code is from the name of the library, import, and the name of the function. You can also rename your package, python package. For example, here I am importing numpy and I am renaming it as np. So np will be the name of the package I will use throughout the program. This will save a lot of time and you will understand it in future. So next topic is getting data into Python. So as I told you, I am using a CSV file from online. It is a sample file. So I will be getting data from that file to a particular variable. So for that there is a particular library called Panda, and I will be importing Panda package. So this particular package I will be importing, and to read a CSV file we have a variable data. We are using this variable to get the data of that file, and the function to read this file is pd. From pd is a package. Here pandas as pd refers to as importing panda package and renaming it as pd. So pd dot read underscore csv. Read underscore csv is a function from pandas, and here inside this is the location of that file. And when I will run this particular line, the data from data.csv will be imported in this data variable. Similarly, we can read excel file also. For that you have to write extension of excel file, and here uh, replace the csv with excel. Next topic is saving output in python. So when you read the data, you need it in future to do some task. For example, you need to draw pie chart, or you need to examine that data. So you have to store that data, you have to save that data. So the next topic is saving output in python. When we generated when we stored the data in data variable, the data of this complete csv file is stored in this particular variable. So you have to use that data in future, so you have to save that data. For example, here pd.crosstab is a function in python pandas library which is used to show the data of tab. So when I will run this particular line pd.crosstab, this will run and generate the table here. So I asked first name and last name. So first name, last name, and this generated a cross table, a matrix of 93 rows and 97 columns. But you have to store this particular data into a variable for future use. So for example, I am storing this cross tab data into cross underscore tab variable. So when I will run this particular line, this will not generate any output, but when I will call variable this variable will generate the output. Is showing error. Oh. put double, so this variable will generate that same output. So it is very important to save outputs in Python. The last topic of this session is accessing records and variables in Python. So we stored the complete table in data variable, as you know. So when we want to access a particular column, the column underscore data variable will access that using data, and in square brackets we write the column name. For example, I will access last name from the data. Let me show you the data. So here this is the data. This is a column of last name. This is first name. So when I will run this line, this column underscore data will store the last name column, and when I will call this particular variable, this will give the index, and in Python index starts from 0. So this will index 0 1 2 3 to 99, which means 100 datas and last name of them. Similarly, I can store, or I can collect data of two columns. So let me give you this. So here is the example. This is the generated output of the column underscore data variable. I run this command. So to store two columns, for example, here is column last name, first name. So when I will run this particular line, this is generating an error. Oh, that's not. So when I will run this, and let's call this particular variable, this will generate two columns, last name and first name. And you can also similarly call rows. So indexing of rows start from 0, as you can see here in this output. This is from first row. So when I will run this particular line, row underscore data will store the data of first row, and when I will call this will give the data of first line. So index, first name, last name, company, city, country, phone 1 and phone 2, email, subscription date, website. These are the data. You can also condition the the rows and columns. So for example, here the variable filter underscore data will store data of these columns whose values are greater than 10. So when we will go to this particular data and see here, there is no numerical data. So we will end this lecture here only.